Hello everyone. Instead of me taking my walk early this morning, I decided to do it after I had lunch at the nearby restaurant. There's a restaurant that's about maybe a mile and a half, 2 miles away from my sister's house, and I had yet to go there. I finally decided to go there today, and lunch was pretty good. So I said, well, I'm going to take my time walking back to the house. It's around 3 o'clock now, and I found a big live oak with lots of Spanish moss hanging off of it overlooking the water. I'm sitting here looking at the boats. One is a luxury yacht, and there are a whole bunch of other sailboats. It's like private marina, and just sitting here because I'm kind of taking my time going home. The walk is not a bad walk. It's just that it's very humid out here, and it's the heat of the day, and you got to kind of take your time when you do these things. You can't rush, and that's what I'm doing. And once I saw this live oak and these Spanish moss hanging off of it, I said, this is where I need to sit down for a minute and talk to you guys. First of all, I just have a growing feeling of peace and gratitude, because there were times before I didn't share with you guys where I was really struggling. I don't know if you ever been in this situation before, but I was basically going broke working. I was going broke working because the salary, I was working 40 hours a week, and the way my schedule was, I couldn't pick up a side hustle in the evening because I got up too late. It was one of those midday shifts, that cuts into everything. The rules were too strict about, the benefits that they gave you if you wanted to try to do the benefits, like take a sick day, take a vacation day, which is what they willingly gave you. They gave you all this rigmarole about it, gave you a hard time. So if you were sick, one day would turn into two easily because you were busy being so stressed out. It would make your sickness longer. It's just it was just the chains that they bound you with, the invisible chains. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you guys anything stupid like don't get a job, don't go to work, or anything else. You know your financial situation, and you know your obligations every single month. So if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. If you got to take on 2 or 3 and you can match that in your schedule, that's fine. But overall, the cost of living where I was in Virginia, everybody wanted 3 times the amount. And the current job that I had, even though it didn't pay that well on the hourly, it had good benefits. So what was I going to do? I tried to apply for different places that paid more, but they didn't have the benefits, which means after they get through taking whatever benefits they offered out of my check, I would have wound up taking home the same pay that I did at the regular job. I got along fine with the employees. We were kind of like a little family. It was and the work wasn't hard. Dealing with customers, it could be unpredictable from day to day, but as far as the general operation of the system, it wasn't hard. All you had to do was go through the classes, pay attention to what you need to pay attention to the updates, and just be mindful of what you're doing. I've shared some of my customer service stories in my members area. You might want to check that out. I know I got at least one over there. I think I'm about to post this second one shortly at the time of this recording. So there should be at least 2. And also keep in mind that the previous month's video is already posted over there, because I'm going to let the members see that at least a couple weeks before they do the air on the general public. But I'm just sitting here, cicadas having a little party, and I'm enjoying the breeze off the water. Am I where I want to go? Heck no, I'm got a long way to go. But I'm better off than where I was. I didn't have that stress about worrying about keeping a roof over my head. And when I did get the money to take care of that roof, not having anything left, then I got to worry about food. Then I got to worry about electricity. Worry. And once you get a certain age, folks, you don't want those worries. Now do yourself a favor. Don't sell yourself to the devil just to keep a roof over your head. I'm not saying that. But when you see something's not working and you tried everything else, it's just time to move on. It's not quitting. It's just you rechanneling that same energy into another direction. There's a difference. When you quit, you don't do anything at all. But when you rechannel, you still have power. You're just moving that energy somewhere else where it'll benefit you. So if any of you are in that position, understand that I am well aware of it and that it's hard sometimes. But once you get under stress, you don't want to be in a position where you develop a condition as a result of it just because you're trying to keep a roof over your head. It's not worth it, people. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because you can make a way. So you might want to start thinking outside the box in order to make a way. Because at the end of the day, it's you and God. Jehovah, Allah, Yahweh, whatever term you choose to use. So anyway, I'm going to get on up and try to head on back to the house, take my time. But this slower pace has really done a lot for me. And the benefit of me doing this, relocating and scaling down, it gave me a chance to communicate more with you guys and post more content, because I wouldn't have been able to do it if I was where I was, because I would be too preoccupied and too much time given to take care of my basics. So think about that. Don't let the dream die. You just have to make some adjustments you may not be comfortable with, just for a little while. But I'm grateful for everything that you've done as far as paying attention to the channel. If you're sharing, if you're liking, if you're commenting, I appreciate you all for that. We got a long way to go. We got a lot of messages to share. We got a lot of information to share, a lot of things to go through together for the greater good. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and quit rambling and take my butt home. Have a great day.